water. The list goes on of players that are moving. There is a puppy eating the wire. Mate, no. It's not going well, but I'd like you to all to meet Ollie. He will be the newest nuisance. In the back first. Don't eat the wire. Don't eat any of the wires. Hello. Okay, we've moved now. Any noise you can hear is just the puppy. Just think of nice things. It's a puppy. It's cute. I'm sorry. Right. It doesn't feel too long ago that Perez was telling us that without the Super League, there'll be a very quiet transfer window due to COVID. No one would really move. There's no money in the game. The Super League was needed. And since then, we've seen Messi move, Sancho move, Varane move. You know, Arsenal spending the most out of anyone on Smith Rowe, Lokonga, Tavares, and Ramsdale. So it's confusing, but I'm sure you know by now that the second, perhaps first biggest move has happened. Ronaldo has gone back to Manchester United. And I'm not going to tell you how he's going to fit in. I'm not going to tell you why United need him. I'm not going to tell you why this move happened, you know, all of the stuff. I thought I would just have a look at some winners and losers of this deal. In my opinion, you know, you're welcome to disagree. But for me, there's 4 winners and 4 losers. There's more, but that's what I've got written down. And a little, you know, thing at the end. So let's move on to the loser. The first loser, as I'll say, for me, Martial, for me, is has to be kind of devastated about this move. Yes, the caveat here will always be you get to play with Ronaldo. Wicked. But Martial was already surplus to requirements, in my opinion, at Manchester United. He's got the number 9 shirt. Zlatan's already come in once and taken his number 9 shirt, forcing him to the 11. So what does this mean for him now when Sancho comes in, when Rashford comes back, when Greenwood's coming through, and now you've got Ronaldo there? Surely this can only spell bad news for Anthony Martial. And hopefully that doesn't send him Tottenham's way. For me, a winner, the first winner has to be Luke Shaw. We've seen him come leaps and bounds from a player that Mourinho, you know, almost got rid of at Manchester United. We saw him in the Euros be one of the standout players of the tournament. We know how good his delivery can be. And when he's got Ronaldo in the box alongside other quality players, I think he's going to get quite a few assists this season, and he's a very good shout for your fantasy football league. So Luke Shaw's probably buzzing. A kind of obvious loser next, it's got to be Edinson Cavani. The big question is, will Ronaldo take the free number 28 shirt and go back and do the sort of Messi wearing the number 30 thing? Or will CR7 come after his shirt and position that Cavani currently occupies? They've persuaded him to stay another year at the club. He seems really happy there. But now he's an ageing striker with bags of quality being replaced by another ageing striker with way more quality. Like, Cavani's an excellent striker, but with Ronaldo back in town, maybe Cavani will wish he left. Maybe not. Maybe he'll have a great time. You know, he's been paid a lot. I'm sure he's fine. Another winner here is Jadon Sancho. Ronaldo's not the player to be quick on the wings now. Little step overs, beating people down the wings. That will still be the likes of Sancho, Rashford's, possibly Greenwood, but more of a centre-forward's job. So, again, with such a big price tag on Sancho, there would be worries there that he'd struggle to settle, that he'd be scrutinised. People have already started throwing the word flop, and we're 2 games in. But now that someone like Ronaldo's there, the public eye is massively drawn away from the likes of Sancho and on to Ronaldo. So he can now sit under the radar. Again, you'd expect him to get more assists if he's supplying Cristiano Ronaldo. So, yeah, for me, Sancho, I mean, he's not getting that number 7 shirt anytime soon, that's for sure. If he couldn't even get it off Cavani. But aside from that, probably a really relaxing, under-the-radar move for Jadon Sancho. For me, this might not be accurate, but looking at City over the first 3 games, I know Foden isn't up to fully fit, but you know the amount of players that City have now, Foden hasn't been seen. I think he does have an injury, but even when he does come back, you do think, where does he fit in now that they've brought in Jack Grealish? You know, taking that young, well, not even young, sorry, 25, but taking that English role in the middle. You've got Bernardo Silva, you've got Mahrez, you've got Sterling. and it looks harder for Foden to break in. And this is kind of the season you maybe expected him to come into his own. And in the same way, the same might be true for Mason Greenwood. He is viewed by a lot of United fans as a central striker. And if you're behind Cavani and Ronaldo in those central striker roles, you're going to struggle to get back into that. Will he have to go back out right, left, do kind of the same that we've seen with Rashford? I'm pretty sure Rashford wanted to be a central striker, but has had to make do with being a left forward. Will Greenwood have to do the same? Will there be room for him? Will he be used mainly in the Champions League, which, isn't a bad thing, but again, another season where Greenwood, this could have been his season, but now there's a lot of big fish in that United pond, and Greenwood does fall down that pecking order. An obvious winner is Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. He's the guy, this could save his job. If a striker comes in, such as Ronaldo, and gets 20, 25 goals a season, Ronaldo probably fires United to victory against Villarreal last season. So to have a player of that calibre, that much of a leader, we saw what happened when he got injured in the final against France in Euro 2016. Ronaldo can become a manager. He can galvanise a dressing room. Just being there, players are going to get up. And I don't think Ollie's a bad manager, but to have that next to him, to have another player, another voice in the dressing room to just bolster everyone, to make sure everyone knows exactly what they're doing. He is when it comes to football, Ronaldo is the peak of professionalism. So for Ronaldo to have him on side and get him to relay his messages, that can only be fantastic for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Bit of an abstract loser here, but for me, Man City. They were so ready to do the welcome to Manchester Tevez thing again, weren't they? They've got Man United. They've got a big loser here for me. Has to be Man City. They've been on the hunt for a striker. They didn't get Kane, and they thought, you know what? Ronaldo, Manchester United's legend, playing for us, doing a bit of the Tevez thing. I'm sure the billboard would have come back out, welcome to Manchester. And, they do lack a direct goal threat. Not that it's worried them too much. They've scored 10 against Norwich and Arsenal. But, when it comes to bigger teams, like Tottenham, they struggle. Okay, maybe unfair. But they do need someone that can just put the ball in the back of the net. And Ronaldo could have been that for marketing, for sort of reclaiming the city from United, this plan of slowly being the dominant force. This would have been a massive step for them, and for them not to pay the 30 million, I get it, I do. He's an aging centre forward that might not have worked out for them, but from just a pure marketing point of view, you've got to feel like City missed a trick by not persuading Ronaldo to come. And I'll get onto that in a minute, because we're going to go on to the final winner. And for me, the most depressing winner of this entire saga, it's got to be the Glazers, hasn't it? 3 months ago, the riots, not riots as such, but the protests is more accurate, isn't it? Get out of our club, you've ruined our club, Glazers out, we hate them, they've ruined it all. And this, coupled with Varane and Sancho, basically creating this FIFA-esque transfer window. Suddenly the Glazers aren't in the bad books, are they? And a lot of United fans still won't like them, obviously. But if there's a good way to sugarcoat your, influence at a club, the Glazers have done it perfectly here by bringing Ronaldo back. And they've bought themselves at least a season. I seriously doubt we'll be seeing any protests this season from Manchester United. So I know his wages are big, but for a fee of 30 million, superb marketing, for them. Genius. And kind of depressing in a way. The final loser here is, I'm going to say, and this is the controversial one, it's Ronaldo himself. Obviously, United fans have every right to be absolutely buzzing with Ronaldo coming back. When Bale came back, I was over the moon. Ronaldo will do far better than Bale did at Tottenham. He'll be given more chances, and he's obviously a better player. But let's not pretend for a second that this is what Ronaldo's first choice was. He would have gone to City. He wanted to go to City. He wants to go and win the Champions League. The only reason he's not at City now is because City didn't pay the 25 to 30 million pound fee. I know it's actually less than that from United, but that's the reason. City didn't want to pay a fee, so Juventus said no. Ronaldo contacted his agent, he would have gone there. 100%. If there's a video by Fabrizio Romano where he breaks down the deal and says as much, you know, if the deal had been put on the table, Ronaldo would join Man City. So for me, he's joining a club now where he's less likely to have guaranteed trophies because United haven't won the Premier League in almost a decade now. There are a lot of slips they've had recently. You know, he has every chance to win at Manchester United, but for me, Ronaldo wanted to join City, and he's done a smart thing by joining United because, for me personally, legacy. When you've already got all of that, what's the point of tarnishing your legacy for another Premier League when you've won it all? So, you know, just keep that in mind, Man United fans. This man, fair play to him. He can join City. He's got every right to. He doesn't owe United anything. They paid him. He played well. But he did want to go there. And if you don't believe me, go and check out Fabrizio's YouTube channel because it's quite interesting. But hey, anyway, that's all from me. And it's a massive signing. It's a massive summer. And God, all our predictions are probably out the window now. It's absolutely crazy, isn't it? But anyway, tell your dad. We'll be doing a podcast soon. And subscribe and tell me what you think of anything I've missed. Because there's probably loads. Cheers. Tell your dad. Bye.